This is WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. And we have with us at Wizard via Zoom, Larry Gardner. He's a host, a poet, a rapper, a networker for artists, and much, much more. And his frequent haunts are in Rogers Park, but he is all over Chicago as well. Welcome, Larry. How are you today?
Chinat, your boy back on. What's popping? Hey, how you doing out there in the radio land? This is Larry the Lyrical. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Ms. Wizard?
Very well, very well, and so happy to have you with us, Larry. So Larry the Lyrical. So that shortened is Latale. Is that how you came up with your stage name, Latale?
Yes, ma'am. It's a kind of a it's a breakdown, kind of a shout out to the beginning of me becoming an artist, Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical, or in short, Mr. Lyrical, or a lot to lay it down, a lot to lay down. If you just think about it, it's just a kind of a ode to the hustle that I do as an artist when it comes to my writing and doing my artistry.
So it's an homage to your becoming an artist. So how did the two connect? And did you figure on being lyrical when you started becoming a poet and an artist?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to, if I was going to, put myself in the position as an artist, especially a recording artist, I wanted to, take on the full on aspect of being an artist, especially a performing one. Just wanted to be able to, you know, create my craft and present my craft in the most artistic way and most, elaborate way possible that can, allow people to kind of digest the message and the stories and the movement that I'm trying to bring about with the network.
We have done poetry slams with you, and then we noticed that the message is very important to you. When you started writing and performing, did the message come to you first, or were you just admiring artists, other artists, and then imitating them before finding your own voice and the message?
Well, the message kind of just resonated from me being taking the start of being an artist. Again, I kind of studied before I got into the lane of being an artist. I kind of studied the genres of hip hop, R&B, and then the rest of the genres thereof in the art world when it comes to the musical game. Or that being said, as well, I also kind of studied poetry. So leading into the knowledge of my craft, it kind of honed into the message of what I wanted to create or present to my target audience when it comes to me elevating in my artistry. Mainly is just I kind of got my movement based on the elevation and person I was becoming in the growth of my art. That way I was able to, kind of tie in certain alleys, avenues, and aspects that I do come across in trying to become, a household name in the hip hop world, independent artistry world.
Did you study poetry and hip hop and rap and music in college, or were you studying all this on your own?
Uh, learn studying the art when it comes to coming to learning the different, artists and how they kind of etched out their lanes. I did study that, but that was kind of self personal stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't. Growing up, I was already a published poet at 13. Just through the dibbling dabbling with wordplay and stuff. Growing up, my passion was always wordplay. Being able to express myself in lyricism. So then as I got into hip hop, the main people who I kind of took to in being able to, hone into my rap or delivery, uh, was, storytellers. Those being, the older uh, 90s or later 80s going into the early 90s generation. I still took upon, how rap started in the late 70s when it out of the era of disco, where people were trying to find their voices out of the slums and the economy downfall. When it comes to those bigger places like New York and stuff. So I kind of jumped into that, and that kind of helped me learn the lane and being able to hone into me being a hip hop artist or lyricist. Then as that progressed, I started, kind of tying in different things when it came to the business aspect of it.
Mhm. What was the poem that you published when you were 13, and where was it published? Could we still find it?
Yes, it's a book. Man, if I can remember the book, it was kind of like it was young poets, like it was a young poets early 90s or something like that. It
Okay.
was in the book published, so they did different works of art from different people, different kids around the United States, and published one book. And I was fortunate to be one of those kids published in the book. I do have the book. Is that I'm going through some moving, so I'm trying to find everything. But you can actually Google it. Yes, I will be presenting that as well, so you can find more information on that if you kind of Google my name, Larry the Lyrical. Information about kind of the start of me will be there. So uh, in 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 all, to be frank, no, I don't have the name on me, but you can Google me and you'll be able to find it. Fact check it if you need to.
What about when you were 13? Were you already using Larry the Lyrical?
No, I was just getting into the vibe of it, getting into just the rise of hip hop and how it came to be, and the different avenues, genres, and entertaining anecdotes that came with being a hip hop artist. So new, I just started regularly, and then the name kind of came about during my college years.
Mhm.
Mhm.
How is your message different from the other hip hop artists? And if so, do you still remember what made it change and made it different from the other hip hop artists?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but to speak from my lane and movement that I'm trying to produce or shed light on, if I could decipher from everybody else, or give at least a few words in short of why I think people should start paying attention to the movement and what I'm producing, is really due to the fact that it's more or less a older, nostalgic style, but presented, or packaged new. Uh, my movement, the hashtag Let It Play movement, and the venues or the network that I am producing is truly an independent network. It's the start of an independent network for the artist, by the artist, growing right here in the city. Me and a handful of other people who who are artists in their own rights and have a lot going on behind that, are connecting and being able to bring about a different type of vibe, especially with the coronavirus, kind of changing the wave of how music and entertainment is supposed to be, kind of presented to the world. So, with that, like I said, in short, with that being said, if I could decipher the vibe, I would say it is the first independent network of its kind, kind of like the start of how blues and the chitlin circuit and all that stuff started. This is kind of like that.
Mhm,
If I was to, put a title for it.
mhm. And it is a different sound and a different vibe from what's in New York, let's say.
Yes, yes, we are open to everybody. If you're an artist in your own right, please, this is a platform for you. But basically, it is different because it's not started. It has not started, or the start of it was not, one of a traditional start, but the basis of it was kind of a traditional start. So it's literally a Frankenstein's monster, if you will, of the Midwest. Um, led by yours truly and a few other people. So um, what we're trying to do is again just build an independent network for the artists by the artists to be able to create it and be a little bit more digestible for the masses, society, the people, especially due to the climate of how the business models are changing due to the coronavirus.
So is what you're saying also that your vibe is not mainstream? Is it almost like Wizard? Because Wizard tries to avoid mainstream most of the time.
Yes, that's basically what it is. But we're not really geared towards mainstream. We're geared towards. I mean, we call all types of artists. It's open to all types of artists. The platform is open to any type of artist who has artistic view or wants to express himself in the most artistic way possible. It is a platform that kind of gets you started or jump starts you into that lane, and also is be able to create a way for you to build yourself within that lane, when it comes to knowing the business of promoting shows, artist development, stuff like that. Is really geared towards the artists and the people, not just it's more geared towards quality instead of quantity.
So what you're trying to help the artists with is promotion and finding quality work, while also helping them find their own voice in their music as well.
Yes, ma'am. Like giving that artist a fighting chance. So like I said, it's not geared towards mainstream because mainstream wants the hottest and the quickest song out there. As opposed towards what we're trying to do is be able to create longevity for these artists who aren't in it just for the quick fix or the quick bucks, or just to get the fame. They actually want to do this as a craft, as being able to find their voice and be able to do this for a long time. You have to start somewhere instead of just kind of being in the within the fast-paced popcorn 3-minute generation. We're trying to actually create an avenue for and a platform for artists to be able to actually understand the business, and to actually want to be a top tier performer
Mhm.
or entertainer.
So of all the many channels for your creativity, such as a poet, a rapper, a venue host, etc., is the most important for you now as a networker of artists and then helping establish and promote that vibe?
Hmm. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, I kind of got lost in the question. In turn, what's the question?
So of all the different things that you're doing, such as these different channels of your creativity as a poet, as a rapper, as a venue host, and as a networker for artists, has the what has become the most important for you? Is it that networker of artists and that creation of the vibe?
The most important thing to the vibe right now, the network, is the notoriety, the presentation, the being able to get the message out to the people, to let them know that we're actually here. That's one thing. We've been doing this for years, and that's basically what what the gist of it is. I kind of consider this phase three in the building of the dream, because first we started out just trying to let the artists know we were here, and then just to create the content, the production work, and then kind of start massing, or kind of getting everything as a collective, and targeting the market now. So right now it's just getting the notoriety, being able to, get the information and let the people know that we're right here in your own backyard. Like, we're a hop, skip, jumping away. The many networks that I have going on with, WZRD, the Wizard, also with NEIU, the Slam Open Mic Poetry Club, in the residency that I have with Safari Lounge, 7124 North Clark Street in Rogers Park. Uh, I connect with a lot of these people, and try to create a hub. That way it builds, and kind of, one network ends up feeding the next, and I'm trying to make it full circle. So right now the biggest thing is the notoriety, making sure that the artists stay consistent with the performances, and then making sure that the information, or that the you know doors stay open for the people to come and enjoy and witness these artists.
Mhm. So, in other words, you're building the brand right now.
Yes, yes, I am. I actually have a brand that just can't disclose anything right now. It's just that right now we're building within the network. So right now the main focus again is just the notoriety towards the network, letting people know that these certain venues or these events exist.
Mhm. How has the pandemic changed or affected your art and your work?
Yeah, the pandemic. I have to go viral a lot more now. So, being able to catch the many outlets such as this one. So thank you again, Ms. Wizard. Outlets such as this, being able to have the opportunity or the platform to get the information out there. Zanies, I still work with them, so I kind of network through those artists, and then Eventbrite here in Chicago, creating that, uh, again, just creating the notoriety, being able to um, let the people know that we're here and that it's being presented to you in the best way possible, and to take advantage. Take advantage. There's not that many venues now due to coronavirus. So that the business model, the business trend when it comes to entertainment work has changed. So we have to be a little bit more mindful of these events that we do create, to make them as safe as possible, still as fun as possible, and to also be able to ensure that kids, families will be safe, especially because entertainment is fluid. It runs through it runs through you know all types of things. It's a natural lubricant towards societal norms. Excuse me. So what we're trying to do is be able to make it as presentable, you know, relatable and convenient as possible to the masses. So I would say the one thing that coronavirus has done has kind of made us step outside the box when it comes to networking and being able to promote and present, push for the notoriety that we're looking for.
What about YouTube? Has the pandemic made you use YouTube more, or were you using YouTube even before the pandemic?
Yes, we have been using YouTube a lot more now. Still, I mean, we still were using it before the pandemic, but now it's again more towards geared to having the content a lot more reachable, convenient, digestible for the masses, to be able to know and be informed about the vibe, the network. Um, so with that, we do once a week kind of social media event called Lyrical. it really just goes into the day to day of me being a artist doing my independent thing here in Chicago. So it kind of gives you an insight on that, and the people I'm working with, the different venues I'm working with, networking with, kind of give you an idea of where to start. Or if you want to come out and actually check out the network, it kind of gives you a uh, uh, a ping, or kind of an idea of where to start when it comes to checking out the hashtag Let It Play movement, or the network that is creating with said movement.
What is the name of your YouTube channel?
It is Latale 773. That is LATLY 773. That's the channel. You go on there, or you Google the name Larry the Lyrical. It'll take you right to the page. It is there for anybody's convenience. You can see from this kind of like from the beginning to the where I am now, and what we're trying to progress in. It'll give you an insight on the um, different shows I've been a part of, the different people, different artists I've networked with, and it'll tie you into the once a week social media event that we have, Lyrical Chronic. We recently just dropped the second episode to season 2 of Lyrical Chronic on my YouTube page, so you guys go check that out. If you want to check out the older clips from season 1, that's on there and available too.
Okay. Do you also hope to eventually release the CD?
Yeah, I still have a lot of projects out. I have 4 projects out, so there's still some artwork out there. If you guys want to kind of see where I started, or get a little bit of who I am before you get a taste of the new stuff. But yes, I am in the works of a new project and content, and a new vibe or a new wave coming with this project. I kind of feel like I'm being Dr. Dre procrastinator right now, because this project is one that is long awaited, but good art can't be rushed. So I am very excited about what is to come. But the content is still available. The vibes are still available. So we're still pushing. So new material, new music is coming soon, but new content is readily available, and new vibes. The shows are still going on. So if you guys still want to stay in tune, just make sure you come and check it out. Check us out live, or stay in tune with us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lots of Light 773. It'll tune you into everything.
Where do let's see. Where could we find more of your music? Is it only on YouTube, or is there another somewhere else as well? Such as are you selling your music online, or is it only on YouTube now?
Yes, you can still. I have a few things. Again, it's an independent network, so I'm on a few mainstream platform streaming. I am on Apple Music. I only got one song on there. I got some more projects coming out on there in the works. But if you want to just get in tune with the free stuff right now, it is I am on SoundCloud still. I am on YouTube. You catch me on YouTube. Again, Google the name Lots Leg, aka Larry the Lyrical. It'll tune you into my actual fan page. I actually have my own website. It'll tune you into that, so you guys can get some information on that.
What's the name of your website?
It is Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical. So
Okay.
again, yeah, just Google it's really just Google the name Larry the Lyrical, takes you straight to the page, because of the search engine. It's something that we have connected with Google and my page, to where the more you Google it, the quicker the information will kind of surface. So yeah, again, Google the name Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical, and you can check out my page, the actual the actual artist page, my actual artist website, Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical.
Do you could you tell us about your upcoming gigs?
Yes, we have this Sunday coming up on the March 27th for March Madness. We have Perfect Madness Show Out Sundays. It's the Perfect Madness Showcase for Show Out Sundays. Show Out Sundays is every last Sunday of the month. That is also a network event for all independent artists who want, get their shine on, get their performance shine on, who want to hop on stage and get their performance is as honed in as possible. It's also an open mic. So if you're a new artist who just wants to get a feel for the stage or anything, uh, the open mic, I would suggest you come through. The open mic is from 7 to 9:30 p.m. And then we get the actual closers, the headliners. These are a lot more seasoned artists who come close out for me, who are getting their start up as an independent artist. So they come close out and do a great show. This week will be Big Bills, 1T, uh, Fail, Fail. It's it'll be it's gonna be a great networking event. Izzy Brinks will be there as well. It's a nice vibe. It'll be a great vibe. So yeah, if you're an artist looking to get a start off, come to the open mic. Again, 7 to 9:30 p.m. And then we actually have the headlining showcase after that from like 9:30 till about 1 a.m.
And that is at Safari Lounge.
Yes, that is Safari Lounge, 7124 North Clark Street. That is Clark and Tui. Safari Lounge is a great event, a great time, great vibes. Kitchen's back open. They remodeled. It is great. So come through and check us out.
What is the best way for an artist to network and find opportunities?
So yeah, best way for artists to network and find opportunities is to actually go to an open mic or go to a networking event, showcase, modeling showcase, uh, a place to where other artists, perform or have an opportunity to present their art. I would suggest for a new artist to start or get their start or get their feet wet, start going to these open mics, start going to these places where you can actually have some stage time or at least a opportunity to present who you are as an artist, get a feel for the game.
Did you find your network of friends through performing at some open mics as well?
Yeah, actually, when I first started out, um, my networking when I first started in Chicago just hit every different open mic, uh, different showcases, pay to plays, um, showcases that were affiliated with modeling or fashion shows and things like that. It was any opportunity that I had to use a platform as an outlet for my art or my content or music, I did. And that would be the best way to do it because then you actually get a feel for the artist lifestyle and you actually get a knowledge of what's out there and what how you can allow yourself to be vulnerable to those things and what things you should not allow yourself to be vulnerable to.
Mhm. And then eventually, every artist would probably find their own niche as well.
Yeah, it's a to each its own thing when it comes to being an art or being an artist. Excuse me, when it comes to the art entertainment world, it
Mm.
is a to each its own thing. You gotta be able to find your lane. You gotta be able to find your voice. You gotta be able to find that niche that allows you to stay moving comfortably in your lane. And that's one of the biggest things that we're trying to do for independent artists, new artists now. The game, the music or entertainment game has become so saturated and one-sided really and just too it's not as genuine as it once was to me, uh but I can't speak for everybody else, but I can try to become the change that I want to see myself, so allow myself to stay open to these some societal trends, some societal waves, these new uh, music genres, uh, but I'm still allowing to grow or plant a seed to grow uh, this lane in a platform that kind of creates a safe haven for artistic, valued minds or creatives, if you will.
So you say that it is no, it's not as genuine as it used to be. Are you saying that there's a lot of parameters, a lot of maybe political correctness or whatever that keep artists from being from speaking the truth? Do they have to dance around the truth in their art?
Yeah, I say it's become more towards geared to, you know, what's hot and what can get you the fastest dollar, then you can, be the artist you want to be. But usually, with all the fast paced, business moves or fast paced movement in, the music game or mainstream, it you kind of lose your soul as an artist. You become more of, a you do become a product, but that's basically what I would say. You lose yourself. You become a lot less more of a brand and more of a product that it needs to be pushed and 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 pulled to have as much shelf life as possible. In a very fast paced industry. One trend may not be a trend. One trend may be here today and gone tomorrow. Another genre or vibe may be here today and gone tomorrow. So, you know, keeping artists kind of in that pocket and moving consistently and not being able to kind of catch their breath and, kind of hone into their art and become the artist that they want uh, to me, it just kind of you're pushing them too hard till they hit a wall. That's why I kind of have some respect for certain mainstream artists who kind of you don't hear so much about them all the time, but when you hear about them, you hear about them.
So, are you trying to help these artists not be so entrapped by this push, and then trying to help them uh, reveal their own artistic voice?
Yes, I want to be able to take it back to the actual days to where music or the vibe of entertainment in music uh, has some type of substance, something that grabbed you and you know made you feel as positive as possible. Even if you are down in the dumps, something that gives you that strength to say, "I can do this," or strength to say that that happened, but everybody has their days. Just pick it right back up tomorrow. That so really it just is more about positivity
Mhm.
more than ever. Just being able to stay as positive as possible and get a positive message and be able to resonate that positive message throughout the lane that I'm creating to kind of build that platform and hopefully it'll become infectious and other people start finding their own ways to present that within that.
So, are you saying that the best way for artists to support other artists is to support them and be positive, find the positivity? Is that kind of
Yes,
what you're saying?
yes. Each because art is subjective. Art is very subjective, so there's no real bar set to how artistic somebody can be or how creative somebody can be. So what you have to do is, you know, be able to just allow yourself to be digested by the people. Uh, and the only way to do that is to go to these network events and team up with some of these artists or promoters, if you will, or event coordinators in my case, or MCs in my case, or like start teaming up with these DJs and event hosts to create a vibe that can actually allow you to present your art the best way possible, in the most artistic way possible, most creative way possible. Hence why I do show out Sundays. It's a way for me to be able to allow my art to be digested as well as an artist, so people can know who I am coming from, what I do as a hip hop artist, but also they can see that the vibe is a connecting vibe, that it's just not one person, it's a whole community of people and artists who are coming together to actually you know feed fuel to this fire that we are calling the independent network.
So is that the best way that artists can reach you to attend shows out Sundays?
Yeah, Show Out Sundays. You can meet me at Show Out Sundays every last Sunday of the month. I'll be at the Safari Lounge, 7124 North Clark Street. So you can come there, check me out on there. You can follow me on Eventbrite. You can look up Show Out Sundays on Eventbrite. You can Google my name, Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical. You can hit me up on Messenger, on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, you can, if you want to see the vibe consistently grow, you just want to be a silent investor and you want to see positive outlets like this continue to become the mastered platform that we are striving to be. You can also donate, make donations to Minds Over Music. It is a GoFundMe, but it is fueled through the movement. You can see, again, you can Google that. That will take you straight there, or you can just check out my page on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And the link is in every one of my bios, so you can just check it out and donate. Be a silent investor, or let people know that this is here, that this is happening.
Okay. Well, uh, and what about could they also reach you via the Slam Open Mic Poetry Club as well?
Yes, yes. You can also reach me on the Slam Open Mic Poetry Club Facebook page as well, through the NEIU Northeastern Illinois University Network. You catch me on there. Every week I do the Slam Open Mic Poetry Club via virtual Zoom. So that's another outlet. We call them our artists from that platform as well. So that's a college community. So we again, we're tackling all aspects. We're tackling the community. We're tackling you at home, and then to our education system. Tackling through Northeastern Illinois University. So the network, we have some main. It's like we call it. Right now we have the basis, or our trinity, if you will. But as of right now, we're building off that and growing from that. So make sure you just follow those breadcrumbs, follow those networks, and you can find me through any one of those networks.
What are the three arms of the Trinity again? The Show Sundays, the Slam, and the third one is
Lyrical Chronic, the social media event.
okay. And
Yeah.
and we find that where the Lyrical Chronic on YouTube, right?
Yes, YouTube, www.youtube /user/Latale773.
Okay. Well, this is WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. Thank you so much, Larry Gardner, aka Latale.
Not your boy back on, Larry the Lyrical.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for interviewing with us on WZRD, Larry Gardner, and talk to you soon. And best of luck on your ride.
Blessings. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.